Excellent!
So I've been putting off making this video, and maybe that was so today I could wake up to that Daft Punk Epilogue video from the intro. If it wasn't clear, Awesome Hardware, the weekly live tech show that my good friend Kyle, aka Bitwit, and I have been producing since February 2015, is ending. Or has ended, I guess I should say, as the stream on December 22nd, 2020, although it wasn't planned to be that way at the time, will be the last show for the foreseeable future. Today, I want to give you guys a little bit more explanation, maybe some closure, and to make a few things very clear. Things like, no, we don't see ourselves as the Daft Punk of live tech shows. Their 28-year run is legendary in the music industry. We don't even hold a candle to it. Their announcement that they're breaking up just happened to align with ours, and it made for a pretty dramatic intro. And I think most importantly, just be assured that although we are both moving on from Awesome Hardware, Kyle and I are still good friends, and we will continue to work together on projects in the future, as well as getting together to just have beers and talk tech. We're gonna do it outside of a live show format. I will talk about some of those future plans in a minute, but first I wanted to explain why we made this decision. Everything ends eventually. That's kind of the sad reality of life, but often new things begin where the old ones left off. Kyle and I have actually talked about the show's lifespan with some regularity over the years because for both of us, the show has been cathartic. It allowed us to relax, have a beer, unwind, and just talk about technology and subjects that we found interesting. It provided regular human contact for a couple tech YouTubers whose jobs are often very isolated. It also allowed us to engage with you guys, to interact with and answer questions or get advice from our viewers whose support literally sustains what we do for a living on a daily basis. And I think the reason we so often looked forward to the show, and hopefully the reason so many of you guys came back to watch week after week, is because we just wanted to have fun. We didn't want it to feel like work, and it rarely did, and I am proud that we stayed true to that for nearly 6 years. Every few months though, especially when one or both of us was feeling stressed or worn out or overly busy, we would ask, are you still into this? Are you still having fun? And the answer was always yes, and then 2020 came. And now I don't want this to be a video about how 2020 claimed yet another victim, because seriously, fuck 2020, but the impact of events from last year just cannot be denied. We never liked doing the show remotely. We always wanted to physically be there so we could clink our glasses and say cheers to start the show, and to interact directly with each other. And over the years, we became very dedicated to that setup. We only ever had a few guests on Awesome Hardware historically, but we eventually put a stop even to that. And if one or the other of us couldn't make it, or we couldn't stream in person, we would just cancel the show for that week rather than doing it separately. In 2020 though, we were forced to go remote, which we didn't really want to do. That changed the dynamic of the show. It was still fun, it just wasn't quite the same. Last year threw a lot of shit in a lot of people's faces, and if you weren't aware, Kyle revealed in a personal video at the end of January that his marriage is ending. That's an incredibly difficult and painful thing, and a set of circumstances I would not wish on anyone. I do not want to dwell on it, but I will say this to Kyle right now, because I know he'll watch this video. I am so proud of you, man. You have shown so much wisdom, strength, and graciousness in the past few months, even though I know you've just been torn up inside, and it has reminded me why I'm proud to call you my friend. I very much hope that my support has helped you in some small way over the past few months, and if there were times when I wasn't able to be there because I was caught up in my own troubles, I am sorry for that. Moving on from tragedy is not easy. I don't even have good advice about it, but I know it takes time. I know support from friends and family and a good therapist is crucial, and I know that some level of acceptance is needed before you can turn the page. Kyle is still working on that, but for him and myself and anyone else who's trying to produce regular video content for the internet as a career, mental health is absolutely vital. Staying engaged and interested and enthusiastic about the creative work is also absolutely vital, and sometimes maintaining that spark requires change. Now, I didn't tell Kyle this either, but the day that he told me that he needed to step away from the show, I actually called it. That morning, I told my wife, I don't think Kyle is going to want to do the live show anymore. Then, just last week, when we finally had a chance to sit down together and have a long talk about things, I told Kyle that he can't step away from the show because Awesome Hardware has always been our show together, and I don't see either of us carrying it on without the other person there. But ultimately, I understand. I understand the why, and I agree with Kyle. He needs to be able to move forward, and I can already see his creativity, humor, and joy coming back in his Workhorse videos. If you guys don't know, Workhorse is Kyle's new channel on YouTube and Twitch, where he'll be live streaming and posting vlogs and other random stuff deemed too risque for tech YouTube. I highly recommend you guys check it out. So there it is. That's the explanation, as best as I can state it, as to why Awesome Hardware is ending. I am sad, there's no doubt about that, but I'm also looking forward to the future and what is next. Fortunately, if you just want to see Kyle and I sitting together and chatting with a beer and some video games, you are not out of luck. Arguably the best thing to come out of our live show has been the annual Awesome Hardware charity stream, where with your help we have raised over $100,000 over the years for Children's Miracle Network hospitals since we kicked it off in 2016. Including over $50,000 just in 2020 alone. We still plan to continue that tradition, and as promised, we're planning a summer event for 2021, as well as the annual late November or December fundraiser. As for me, I've also taken some personal time to start this year. I haven't been posting as many videos as usual, but I am steadily veering back towards a normal schedule. I'm now doing a regular Sunday tech news video summarizing the events of the week, and you guys seem to be enjoying that, so I will keep it up. And since it's hard to do build parts lists recommendations like I usually do with the GPU shortages going on right now, I will be focusing on some personal build projects coming up that I've been putting off for quite some time, like updating my streaming capture PC here on my set, or rebuilding my long-neglected personal editing PC that's back in the computer room. I'm actually really excited for those projects. I already have parts arriving, and I'll take you guys along for the ride. Before I close though, some crucial thanks are in order. To everyone who has watched Awesome Hardware, thank you. Whether it was our first episode on February 18th, 2015, or the last show on December 22nd, 2020, or any of the shows in between. To our longtime mod and friend, Cell Processing, thank you, sir, for all of the hours you have devoted. Your support was vital, and Twitch and YouTube chats were actually readable at times, thanks to your efforts. Thanks as well to our other regular mod, Crafty Hack, who we were slow to trust because he is so crafty. But he's crafty for good and not for evil. Thanks to all the regulars who have stuck with us over the years and those who have joined us for the gaming streams. Spider-Fan, MB67, Adrian, KC Brit, CCM, Dr. Hefe, Mr. Jimmy Penguin, so many more. I'm really sorry if I'm leaving anyone out here. I'm also sorry that the baby oil thing never happened. We just couldn't source enough for our needs. And now I can think of no better way to end this video than by replaying for you guys one of the most joyful and hilarious moments from our show. I'm referring, of course, to the infamous cork incident and the reason Kyle will never trust a bottle of Chimay Grand Reserve ever again. Thank you guys so much for all the good times. This is not goodbye. It's just so long for now. Cheers.
There's got to be a game where like everyone slowly loosens the cap, the little cork here, and then puts it right up to their eye, you know? It's like Russian roulette, but with bottles. Ah! Oh my god! Oh.
And we're gonna watch right now. You were holding it to your eye. You were holding it. Oh my god.
I told you.
Oh my god.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh my god. So many people just saw that. Oh my god. 800 people saw that. Oh my god. Just like so.
Jesus. Oh my god. That is the most great. That is gorgeous.